Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University.
Hello everyone, welcome to Chaitanya Studio BBA e-lecture series of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University. Today I, Dr. Neelkamal Gogna, will teach you Unit 1 of Block 2 from Principles of Management subject. The first unit of this block is about planning and decision making. Just now we will discuss the leftover portion of this unit. We will discuss the topic types of different kinds of plan. As we know, planning is pervasive at all level of management. Each level of manager engage in different types of planning. Therefore, according to change in the level of management, the types of plan will also differ. There are broadly two categories of plans, which is first is single use plan, another is standing plan. Single use plan may be defined as short-term, approachable plans prepared by lower level managers. Single use plans also referred to as specific plans, since these plans are meant to solve a particular problem. These plans are formulated to handle non-repetitive and unique kind of problem. These plans cannot be used again and become obsolete after achieving their purposes. The examples of these plans are projects and budgets, and also programs. The next category of plan is standing plans, which is defined as long-term approachable plans, which is prepared by the top level of managers of the organization. It is also called repeated use plans because these provide guidelines for action to be taken in future. Standing plan includes objectives, policies, procedures, methods, rules and strategies. Now understand the meaning of various standing plans one by one. First, objective. Objectives, which are the future destination or desirable state of affairs. Objectives are specific results that a system unit to achieve within a time frame and with available resources. The next category of standing plan is a strategy. Strategies are the course of action developed by considering strengths and weaknesses along with opportunities and threats of the environment. Next come to policies. Policies are general statements which are basically a guide to channelize, energize towards a particular strategy. A guide towards a particular strategy. Understanding, interpreting and implementing strategy. For example, most companies have a return policy, recruitment policy and pricing policy. So this was all about the policy. Next category of standing plan is procedure. Procedures are step-wise guide for the routine activities. These step-wise sequence are to be followed by all the level of employees so the activities can be fulfilled in an organized manner. For example, the procedure of recruiting employees in the organization. The procedure starts in a systematic manner with releasing vacancies in the newspaper to screening of CVs to the interview and the final selection process. The next standing plan is methods. Methods prescribe the ways in which a specific task must be performed. So, manager and employees take guidance from methods to formalize routine job. Methods help in giving clear instruction to the employees, removes any confusion and ensure uniformity in the action of the employees. Next, rules. Rules are very specific statements that define an action or non-action. They are directives for regulating and controlling the working behavior of the employees. All employees of the organization must abide by the rules. Not following rules can have severe consequences for the employees. Now discuss some single use plan, among which categories of plan is budget, which is numerical expression of the plan in terms of expected revenues and expenditure over a given period of time. Another single use plan is program. It is a network of policies, procedures, rules and budget which are designed to meet specific situation. In addition, programs also contain all other needful actions required for implementing a given course of action. Thus, we have studied various types of plans just now. Let's discuss advantages and disadvantages of planning. First, we will look on advantages side. Planning is an important prerequisite for attaining the cherished goal of a business enterprise. Therefore, it has many advantages. Like planning improve efficiency. It facilitates effective and faster achievement of organizational goals. Second, it causes steady growth and continuous prosperity as it foresee the future and also make provision for it in advance. Third, it has effective minimization the cost of operations. Fourth, it enables management to implement future programs in a systematic way to get maximum benefit out of that particular program. Fifth, it also provides an effective basis for control in all organizations, whether small or big. So, this was all about the advantages. Now, discuss some disadvantages of the planning. First, it makes entire organizational setup extremely rigid. There is no flexibility. Everyone has to follow things as per the plan. Second, planning depends on some assumptions or premises which may not be accurate as a result of future stability. Third, it is not very cost effective as a lot of time spent on collection, analysis and evaluating information. Next, it does not work at the time of emergencies. And the last, it encourages a false sense of security against risk of uncertainty. Now next we will discuss various types of planning. There are various types among operational planning. Operational planning is a short range planning which works with daily maintenance activities at departmental level. Operational plans are often described as a single user plans. Ongoing plans includes policies for approaching problems, rules for specific regulations and procedures, for a step-by-step process for accomplishing a particular objective. The next type of planning is intermediate planning. This type of particular planning basically involves time perspective that can be varied from 1 year to 5 years. It is seen that intermediate planning normally worked and created by top managers who works with middle managers and in coordination with these kind of managers. The next type of planning is contingency planning. This is a special type of planning which is done when something unexpected happens or when something needs to be changed. Although managers should anticipate changes when engaged in any kind of primary planning. But contingency planning is also essential in a moment when changes can't be foreseen. The main motto of contingency planning is to make sure about containment of damage or loss of personals and property. So, at this stage contingency planning is a best tool. The next planning type is strategic planning, which is used as a long-term strategic planning. So it can vary from 2 years to next 10 years, and we will just it is done by mostly top level of manager. Just now we have studied different types of planning. Now we will see the next topic, management by objectives. So management by objectives is a strategic management model that aims to improve the performance of any organization by clearly defining objectives that are agreed by both management and the employees. According to the theory, goal setting and action plan encourages participation and commitment among employees, as well as aligning objectives across the organization. The principle behind management by objective is to make sure that everybody within the organization has a clear understanding of aims or objectives of the organization, as well as awareness of their own roles and responsibility in achieving those aims. The complete management by objective system is to get managers and empower employees acting to implement and achieve their plans, which automatically achieve those of the organizations. So we have discussed just now the what exactly the definitional meaning of management by objectives. Now we will discuss the decision making process. So decision making process is a cognitive process resulting in the selection of a course of action among several available alternatives. Precisely, the decision making relates to the study of finding and selecting various alternatives which depend on values and choices of a decision maker. Now we will have a look on the decision making process. Let's begin with the process part of the decision making. First, awareness of the problem. The manager must aware that a problem exists, and it is very important for managerial action. Problem generally arise because of disparity between what is and what should be. In order to recognize problem, a manager is expected to monitor decision making environment and understand the possible causes and try to define the real problem carefully. The next step in decision making process is diagnose and state the problem. It means precisely you refine the problem. Once aware of a problem, a manager must state the real problem. What exactly causing this problem? Quite often, manager waste time developing solution for wrong problems. Thus, it is necessary to identify real problem. This step can be understood by this example. A high employee turnover in an organization may be due to many reasons, like due to low salaries, poor working condition, tight supervision, poor scheduling, dissatisfaction with the job, etc. The manager should analyze all these causes thoroughly before defining real problem. Move to next step, that is developing alternatives. It is an important step, helps making a right decision among the alternatives. Developing alternatives is the result of ingenuity, research and creative imagination. This step ensures that best alternatives are considered before a course of action is selected. Next to this, it comes to evaluate the alternatives, in which the decision maker tries to outline the advantages and the disadvantages of each alternative. The consequences of each alternative would also be considered while evaluating the alternatives. The primary objective of evaluation is not to find out one magic solution, but to find out a workable solution that would help to eliminate the problem for the good from the organization. The next step to select the best alternative. The decision maker select the alternative that will maximize the result in terms of existing objectives of the organization. They select right choice based on some criteria like risk, economy of efforts, timing, limitation of resources. They also assess the criteria manager weigh risk of each course of action against the expected gains. In terms of economy of effort, the alternative will be chosen which give the greatest output for the least input in the terms of material and the human resources. For the timing criteria, the best alternative is the one that the decision maker finds fit if the situation has a great urgency. And the criteria for limitation of resources assesses the chosen alternative on physical, financial and human resources availability in the organization. Therefore, all these are the criteria are kept in the mind by the managers when he is to select appropriate alternative in decision making. Now, let us discuss the various types of decision, which are basically three types: strategic decisions, operational decisions and tactical decisions. Strategic decisions are often complex and multi-dimensional. They may involve large sums of money and have long-term impact. Strategic decisions are relatively more difficult and usually taken by the senior management. These decisions influence the future of business. For example, decisions pertaining to business, capital expenditure, plant layout, production, etc. will be strategic decisions. The next type of decision is tactical decisions. These decisions are made over again and again, and they follow certain established rules, policies and procedures. Authority for taking tactical decision is usually delegated to mid-level of management. These kind of decisions are repetitive in nature and related to general functioning of the organization, like zoning, store assignment. The last type of decision is operational type of decision. These decisions involve more limited resources, have a shorter term of applicability and can be taken by the first line managers. Examples of this kind of decisions are routine jobs, batching, job assignment, etc. So, this was all about the types of decisions. Therefore, to sum up this unit, I will say I just taught you the various types of planning. And next, plan at every level. I just explained the management by objectives, various kinds of decision. That's it. So, meet you in next E-series lecture. Thank you.
स्वाध्यायः परमः